So focusing on the processes is what will help you reach and sustain success and reach your goals. So has this ever happened to you? Did you lose weight only to gain it back later? Or did you tidy up the house only to realize that hours later it was as if you had done nothing, right? So if we don't start focusing on processes and habits, we will continue to hurt ourselves to achieve goals the hard way, only to find ourselves reverting back to square one. Hi, I'm Milangino, and today we are going to be talking about ways for you to achieve and sustain your success. So it is a pretty ambitious goal, but we are going to focus on the journey instead of the destination. And this is how we will get there. So I was talking to someone and they were telling me about a time when they had changed their eating habits 180. They told me they were doing all the right things and it was great. And then they stopped. So now I was like, what happened? Why did you stop? And they said, it's because they learned that they were going to have to do this forever. And I was like, well, clearly, if you want to stay healthy, you can just eat right a couple of times and then just be like, that's it. I did it. I made it. I'm at the top. I don't need to do this anymore. Right? I mean, it sounds obvious. Like you wouldn't be like, okay, I was taking proper care of my car and I was putting the gas in and I was doing the oil change. And then I quit because I was told that it was going to be an ongoing thing and I was going to keep on bringing my car in for oil change and keep on putting gas in the gas tank. No, this is just not how we work. So why do we do this? Because it seems so obvious. And yet we frequently drop goals because of that, right? Because it seems too hard, or it seems too far away, or it seems like it's going to be a never-ending task. So sometimes we're right? Like sometimes the best way to finish a project is dropping it. And our brains are wired to avoid letting us go down rabbit holes and avoid letting us spending time and energy on something that is futile. And but sometimes it's not serving us. So how do we avoid this? So goals such as weight loss or increasing your income are what you could call a lag measure. There are some things that you cannot control directly. The same way, if you want to clear up your vessels because you've got heart disease or something like that, you can just decide that you're going to sweep it just the same way you mop the floor or sweep the floor, you have to indirectly influence that. And then you're going to have a whole bunch of different options on how you're going to do this. And some could hurt you. Usually the ones that are not going to hurt you take more time and they're slower. So a lot of people try to take shortcuts, and this is how they can end up hurting themselves. This is where people hurt their bodies, their minds, and their relationships, unfortunately. And often you'll hear people say that they'll repair all those valuable broken pieces once they achieve their goal. But sometimes there's just too much collateral damage. And sometimes the pieces no longer fit together once you've achieved your goal. And so you've traded your health for duty, or you've traded your relationships, your family, your friends for money. Even though some people will say they did it for them, right? It's very frequent that you will hear this classic story of I was trying to make all this money to help my family and to get them the things that they wanted, and then I ended up alone, right? So what's the alternative? So you probably already have some habits that are kind of the goal in itself. For instance, you probably already take your garbage out maybe once or twice a week. And you probably also have the habit of brushing your teeth. You wouldn't give up taking the garbage out or brushing your teeth just because you've learned that you're going to have to continue doing it. You wouldn't call a friend and complain and be like, oh my God, how do these people keep their teeth clean? I tried brushing once, and then I noticed that a few hours later, I'd have to do it all over again. How do people find the time to brush every day? More than once a day? Please. No way. Nope, so far nobody complained to me that much about brushing their teeth. Some people really do complain about flossing though. There are so many gadgets and tools available to you. Go floss. My dentist is so proud of me right now. Yay, tooth fairy. Hi, Dr. Hara. But no, that's just not what you hear. People just don't complain about brushing and never do it again. Instead, you just keep on focusing on maintaining the habit. And if you skip one night because you fell asleep on the couch or whatever reason, you don't wake up the next day and go, clearly I suck. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to do this. No, I'm dropping this whole toothbrushing thing. I missed the one time, it's not working. I'll just have poor dental health forever. People will just have to deal with it. And no, like you're probably gonna wake up and go like, ooh, and then you'll go brush your teeth. And that's it, right? So if you heard somebody telling you how sick they are of this life of taking the garbage out, would you be like, I totally get it. I tried once and I was like, oh my gosh, it was so much work and it took so much time. So I just decided that I was gonna live with my garbage forever. I mean, I have a little bit of respiratory issues now, and there might be like bugs and rodents in my house because like, I didn't figure out a proper composting alternative. So yeah, I'm just going to live this way. It's way easier than figuring out what to do with my waste. No, you don't hear that. This is just not what happens. You just do it. The habit is the goal, right? When you take your garbage out, you're not like, thank God I'm cleaning my house clean. I'm keeping our house clean every time. You're just doing it. So now you might think, okay, I get it, but these are tiny examples. And my should list, like my should to-do list is full of huge things, big daunting tasks and projects that would be amazing to achieve, but that have nothing to do with just brushing your teeth, right? So here's your first clue. Make it small, break it down, make small changes, small habits. As you build momentum, you can build on this, you can increase this. But initially, make the change small. It will make it achievable for you. The person who starts isn't the person you're envying, right? Like the person who's jogging, like it's the best thing in the world and it seems so easy and they just flow and the wind blows their hair in the right way, like they did not just wake up this morning and be like, I'm going to go buy some running shoes. No, they've been doing it. And they had a day one that did not seem like the cover of this running magazine. So make it small, make it achievable, accept that this is day one, that this is square one. Later on, you'll have time to build because your body will get used to it. And we've just said that it is a journey, not a destination. Accept that day one is day one, make it small. The second step is make it fun, right? By combining activities or tasks that maybe you don't think are as fun right now, doesn't mean they're not going to be become fun. You can get to work faster and even enjoy. Yeah, make the process fun. Bring the joy. If you focus on making the journey fun, you won't be longing for the day you finally get to stop, right? So if the goal is the habit and the habit is fun, you're set. That's it. You're just not going to want to stop. This might involve some creativity. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. They're not the most creative. I'm sure you can do better, but just to show you how it works. So, for example, if your goal was walking, you could go walking with a friend or walking with music on, or maybe walk in a park or in a neighborhood that you enjoy walking in. Look at shops and stores if that's what you enjoy. So just things like that. If you want to study, maybe you're studying with your favorite essential oil diffusing, you have some nice instrumental music playing, maybe you're using your favorite pen or you're in your favorite room. So things like that. If you want to drink water, maybe you like it cold and you're going to put ice cubes in it. Maybe you like it more flavorful and you're going to use herbs and fruits like strawberry and basil or lemon or watermelon and mint. So these are just like little things that you can do to try to make the process more enjoyable. The third thing is make it hard to forget, right? Leave visual cues of what you want to do, have reminders on your phone, put your running shoes right at the door, or stack habits, right? If you want to drink more water and you want to drink water in the morning, maybe have it like right next to your phone or your alarm clock, whichever you use to get up, or just on a night table. And as soon as you get up, you drink, and that's your habit stacking. Maybe there's a medication you need to take every day. Like I knew somebody who had to take anti-seizure medication. So in the morning, it was, let's say, like next to their toothbrush. And then to not forget their night dose, they would like, as soon as they were done, they would like move it to like a location that they would see again later during the day. I think they had to take another dose in the afternoon or something, but like they stacked the habit. It was like, when I do this, I do that. When I do that, I do that. And that was also for them a reminder of whether or not they had taken, let's say, the afternoon dose, because if the bottle was still in the afternoon location, then they hadn't taken it yet, because otherwise they would have taken it and moved it to the night location. Anyway, there's all sorts of ways that you can do this. Some people will exercise as soon as they come home from work, and then like they will like come home and either there's a reminder on their phone or their shoes, like they just stumble on their shoes on their way in the house, and then they go. So maybe you even have like somebody meeting you at a location you're going to anyway, and so things like that. Just make it as hard as possible to forget is essentially the goal. And then the fourth tip is periodically reassess things, see how it's going, right? I often suggest weekly, but this might not work with the kind of goal that you're achieving, the kind of habit you pick. But just periodically see what's working, what's not working. Is it enjoyable? Are you doing it? Are you doing it, but you're dreading it? Or are you thriving and you're ready for the next level? And then it becomes a good opportunity to decide, do you want to dig this same habit? Like, do you want to step it up a notch? Or are you like, I'm done with this, now I want to tackle something else, right? Because now this is a habit, I don't even need to like think about it. It happens automatically. I'm ready for something else. And then you can pick up your next step. So just a quick reminder, because for a lot of things, it will take a while before you see results. Things like cancer will grow for years before we can detect it. So just because you don't see any change, trust the process, honor the struggle, honor yourself for doing the thing. And remember that there are changes that you won't see until way further down the line. That is the entire reason why, well, that is one of the big reasons why we're focusing on the habit instead of focusing on the goal. And remember also that some changes you will feel, but you need to pay attention to in order to realize that it's happening, right? So you need to pay attention to the little things. And if you miss a step, if you don't do something, don't beat yourself up. Just remember the toothbrush example. Like, you wouldn't just be like, that's it, I can do this, I'm an idiot, I didn't brush my teeth last night, I can do this teeth brushing clearly, because if I could, I wouldn't miss. And I say nobody, maybe there are some people who say that, but just don't be one of those people. And yeah, if you missed it, just use this as a reminder that maybe, I don't know, was it a bad time? Did you miss your reminder? Is there something else you could have done to like not miss, just reassess things, and then just use, tomorrow is a new day. Every day we have the opportunity of being a new version, a better version of ourselves. So just, don't beat yourself over it. It will help you in the long run. All right. So with that being said, I challenge you. What habit are you going to work on? How are you going to make it small and achievable? How are you going to remind yourself to do it? Where are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? How are you going to make it fun, right? How are you going to bring the joy back in it? When are you going to reassess if it's working or if it's not working? And so let me know in the comments below what you're working on, what you've done in the past, what worked for you. Inspire people in the community. And I will see you soon with that being said. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. Share this information, share this video, and yeah, just bring the joy